everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today this is going to be a little bit of a vlog style video. I've got some things I want to show you guys. We've got the race truck back here in the background. Most of this stuff pertains to the race truck. I've got some parts that I did get back from Powder Coat that are for the suspension. We are going to try and attempt to work on this thing this weekend. However, I do have a customer tomorrow, which is Saturday, that's coming in to get some work done. I've got to get his truck knocked out and get it back to him. It's not his daily driver, but I don't like letting these projects sit around and accumulate, because then that makes it very hard for me. With that being said, I'm going to show you guys a couple parts here. Unfortunately, we are not going to be able to make Rudy's spring truck jam with the race truck this year due to the pandemic that has been going on for the whole past year that nobody wants to admit is bullshit. It's been extremely hard to get parts. It's been extremely hard to get things that are custom built for the race truck so that we can go racing and make that happen this year. So we're going to try and make it to, let's see, I think Rudy's is the first event. I think after that is Ultimate Callout Challenge, and then I think Holly Rock, and then Rocky Top Diesel. So we're going to try and make it to either Holly Rock or Rocky Top Diesel. I know there's some other ones in between, but that's just for the ODSS series. We'll be attending some local events, local strips, things like that. But for now, I want to show you guys a couple parts that I got back from Powder. And then once I get done with this, I'm going to go to the gym, work out. Probably take you guys along for that, just so you guys can kind of see what my day-to-day life is when I'm not working or in the shop doing truck stuff, what I'm doing outside of there. So yeah, let's nevertheless get into this, and I'll show you guys what I got here. All right, y'all, so try to excuse the noise in the background here, but this stuff is cherry. Big shout out to my friend Bill over at Custom Cruisers Powder Coating. He does all my powder coating on all of my builds. Customers, personal trucks, the whole nine. This stuff's chrome. Look at how it shines. The reflection on this stuff's crazy. Now guys, chrome powder coat is not like actual chrome coating. It doesn't shine and reflect as much, but to be powder coat, this stuff is very, very reflective. I'm going to take one of these plates and just show you. I mean, you can see somewhat of a reflection in it, but the camera doesn't do this stuff justice at all. It is pretty amazing, guys. You can see the reflection there. And this stuff's pretty awesome for powder coat, guys. I don't think you can beat it. So big shout out to Custom Cruisers. Bill and his wife are fantastic. They're such great people. Their customer service is absolutely second to none. I mean, their work is just phenomenal. Like I said, camera doesn't even do this stuff justice, especially in the sun. So we've got our traction bars here and our front 4-link and our cross member for our transmission. Now you guys are probably saying, thought this thing was going rear 4-link, blah, 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 blah. It is eventually, but for monetary reasons and time's sake, I'm just going to run a single leaf, traction bars, and then coilovers on the back side of the axle instead of shocks. That'll suffice for this season. Basically, the leaf springs are just going to keep the axle in place. That's all it's going to do. So this is what I'm working with for this season. We'll see if we can't bust off. We should be able to pull some 6-second passes. I don't know if we'll break into the 5s. I guess it depends on how much nitrous we decide to spray at it. But this is what this stuff looks like, guys. Like I said, again, big shout out to Custom Cruisers for the powder coating. I can't wait to get this stuff on the truck. So again, thanks, guys. All right, let's move on. We got the Tyler's Diesel stop wearing on. We're fixing some stuff. So today I've got a 6.0 here, customer of mine. Got to tear the top end apart. Got to replace the EGR on it. Got to reseal a couple things. So I'm going to try and tear into this thing and get the top end tore apart. I'm going to video as much as I can. P-part breaker in the background, looking cherry. I'm going to try and video as much of this as I can so you guys can kind of see me working. But forgive me if video is a little shaky or whatever. I've got the GoPro charging right now, but for this moment, I'm going to use my phone, put it on a time lapse. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Okay guys, I'm about 42 minutes into this. I wanted to show you guys a couple things before I get the intake manifold off. Always take loose this #1 injector plug first. You got to take the intake off. So there you go, that's out of the way. Remember to get the vacuum line right here. Runs up to your map sensor, take that loose. And I also always take these two sensors loose, the oil temp and oil pressure loose from the oil cooler housing, just to make sure when you go wrestling this thing out of here that you don't break anything. Get your intake air temp sensor loose. You're going to want to get this harness off of that stud. And then remember, you have a ground wire back here in the back. Don't forget those, guys. That's super, super important. Yeah, let's go ahead and get this intake off. I should be in this about an hour. It takes me about an hour to get a complete truck down to having the intake and EGR and all that stuff off of it. So let's get to it. All right, y'all, so we're back. I've already got Zeke's truck tore apart here. I'm going to show you guys here in a second. And we've got all of his parts sitting here in the floor. Excuse the mess. So we got the turbo intake manifold, the alternator, EGR cooler, all the charge pipes, intake, pedestal for the turbo, all that good stuff is out of it. So I've got the entire top end tore apart here. I'm going to show you guys that now. As you can see, the entire top end is tore apart. So what we're going to do is come in here. I've already started drying out the valley itself. I'm going to go ahead and duct tape up the intake ports so that nothing gets down in there. I'm going to go home and order some gaskets. I've got to put, I'm going to go ahead and reseal the oil cooler housing itself. Go top to bottom and go through it, make sure everything's clean, functioning right. One thing I wanted to note with you guys, this very back intake bolt right there, you can't pull it out with this downpipe in the way. So what you guys can do is loosen that thing completely. If you'll slide the intake forward and get it up past this port right here, you can, or past that back port and get it up to this port right here. So that bolt will be sitting up at this port. You can pull that bolt out and get it out of your way, and the intake will come out of the rest of the way. And another thing I like to do is take this piece of plastic off of your radiator shroud, and what it does, I'm going to briefly show you. It sits down right in here with these clamps, or these little push clip deals. So if you clip this thing on there, if you'll just put a flathead screwdriver or thin piece of pliers or something, or thin pair of pliers in behind this and kind of pull out gently, you can go one tab at a time all the way across, and you can get this piece of plastic out of your way, and it makes getting the front of the intake out so much easier. Don't forget, guys, you have a 10mm bolt right here for this fuel line on the front of the intake, and then you have a 15mm here and a 15mm here on the fan shroud to let the intake loose. So Zeke's truck is apart. Like I said, I'm going to go home and get some intake gaskets ordered. I've got to get oil cooler gaskets ordered. We're going to go ahead and do a full service on it. Fuel filters, oil filter, oil change, We're going to do a coolant flush on it and put red cat ELC coolant in it. So Zeke, I appreciate your business, buddy. And so one thing I've been working on with Heartbreaker back here that I haven't really got to show you guys, I've had the boost controller for this truck sitting in a box for the longest time, and I didn't really know if it was the boost controller that I wanted to use or if it was the boost controller that I really wanted to end up staying with this truck. But I think for now it's gonna be sufficient. As you can see right here, this is a dual stage Turbo Smart boost controller. It has a low boost and a high boost setting. So what this allows me to do is literally switch between low boost and high boost at the flip of a switch. It's actually on a toggle switch, which I'll get to in just a second, show you guys. Oh Lord, horrible lighting. Here we go. I'm gonna crawl under here in a second and kind of show you guys how this stuff goes. But from over here on this side of the engine bay, you've got a line that runs up to the charger itself right here. And I'll show you guys real quick. Kind of a mess because I haven't had a chance to really finish wiring it, but as you can see, there's a nipple coming out of the compressor housing on the turbo, which runs into this boost tee. That boost tee runs over here to the controller itself. And yeah, I know this stuff's a mess, guys. I'm gonna address it before Rudy's, but I had to cut everything down so I could plumb all this. And then I have one line that runs from that tee over to the driver's side wastegate, and then I have one that runs all the way down. Might be able to see it. I actually tied it up out of the way. This zip tie here and zip tie here. You can see the line just kind of hanging. That line right there is the vacuum line that runs down here to this wastegate. And I don't know, there you go. You can see the wastegate there. And, oh, exhaust is hot. You can see the vacuum line right there that runs from the charger all the way down to put pressure onto the gate. And then same for that side over there. So, let me get back out from under here. It's a pretty simple, simplistic setup, but at the moment it works. And cool thing about this truck, excuse me because it's dirty, but there was already an existing hole right here. So if this is down, as you can see, it's on low boost, high boost. Flip it down, low boost, high boost. So it's pretty nice. So if I decide to spray this thing, what I'll do is run around on fuel only and run around high boost. Or if I'm just street driving it, I'll leave it down on low boost. But if I'm running somebody, flip it up on high boost. And then when I decide to hit it with the old daddy juice here, I'll put it back down on low boost so that the wastegates will prematurely open and it won't overspeed the charger. Now, when I say prematurely open, I mean that the wastegate on spray, I'm probably going to put this truck somewhere around 65, 70 pounds of boost so that when I hit it with nitrous and it gets that little extra oomph behind it, the truck will probably be somewhere around 75 pounds of boost. Hopefully it won't blow much past that, but I know right now if the truck is just on wastegate spring, which is supposed to be 50 psi, it'll still actually make about 55 psi. So it'll blow through the gate, and it'll actually make about 55 pounds of boost, give or take a few pounds on just wastegate spring. So if I'm putting, let's say, 20 pounds on top of the 50 spring pressure on the gate, it should be somewhere around 70 pounds of boost. Then again, give or take a few. And like I said, high boost, I'll put it on somewhere around 80, 85 pounds of boost. I'm never going to spray this truck on high boost. I know what this truck done once before. I seen 85 pounds of boost on one tune one time, and I literally only done it one time because the truck itself actually it spit the seals out of the turbo, and 2 days later it was just dripping oil out of the exhaust. So I think the truck's limit excuse me, I think the turbo's limit is somewhere around 75 to 80 pounds. I'm okay with pushing it to 80 and seeing what happens, but I'm not going to push it to 85 again. At the moment, that's kind of where I'm at with Heartbreaker, but I am going to be bringing Heartbreaker to Rudy's April 23rd and April 24th in Burlington, North Carolina. So if you guys want to see the truck, come out and meet me, buy some merchandise. I'm going to have stuff with me. So yeah, I would love to meet you guys. If you happen to see me, don't be afraid to come up and speak to me, guys. I'm literally just another guy who likes to spend money like a dumbass on diesel trucks. So if you guys see me, come say hey. Don't be afraid to stop and see me. Don't be afraid to come and ask questions. Again, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you guys will know when I post. And go check out the website, southeastdieselsupply.com. I'll put a link in the description below so you guys can go buy some merch. I've also got a lot of new stuff going on the website. Real quick, another note, before I forget, everybody keeps asking about these things. I am in process of getting my electric fan setups put on the website. So very soon you guys will be able to buy this exact electric fan setup to go on your truck. It is 4 quad fans. There's 4 of them. 4 big ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. It keeps this truck extremely cool. So like I said, if you guys are interested in any of this, want to get some merch, help support the channel, want to buy some stuff for your truck, go hit up southeastdieselsupply.com. Link will be in the description below. Please, it helps so much, guys. Drop a like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you guys will know when I post. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Y'all have a good day.